Good morning, guys. Rick Shaw here on the 12th of February 2022. And there's my beautiful Dolly. We just finished up our breakfast, and my wife was seeing something that really was a bummer on the news. She's been watching these resorts so we can get the kids out to the ocean or something, and she found two of them that they don't require this jab. Then she watches the news this morning, and there's a news article on there about how they want to push all these resorts to go into lockstep so that all of them require it. See, it's not mandatory. They can't force this on you, but yet they're gonna do something to coerce them into doing this. So it's like I said before. Think really hard and fast on wanting to be here. But I guess maybe it's just about everywhere. It's just like this. Keep an eye on this little punk Trudeau. Now this stuff about Blayless is coming out. I don't know if they're going to cover that up or not. But if you don't think this whole deal was about them getting richer and you getting poorer with this convent, then you're just not thinking. This is what they've always done. You know what I mean? And look it up. I mean. So I don't know, but I had a couple of news feeds, and there was a truckers convoy to D.C. 2022. If you see that pop up on any of your news feeds, don't touch it. I've been trying everything to get rid of them. One of my favorite news feeds that I saw it on, I clicked on it. It's given me 1,000, so every time I want to look at something news on there, I got to scroll through 150, 200 of these damn things that popped up on there, and there's nothing in the page. When you go to the page and click join and go to look at it, there's nothing there, just that front header. So it spammed my account, and I think that's deliberate to keep me from seeing what's on there. I tried everything. I've been reporting it as spam. I've been doing all kinds of stuff. Then I went ahead and I left the group. I came back to it. Didn't matter. There's just hundreds of them. Now, if I reply to anything on there, it comes up with this notice that I'm spam now. So there's something up with this Telegram and this truckers convoy thing to D.C. So it's a bad deal. And I'm also seeing they capitulated for Germany and shut down 69 sites in Germany because the government deems them, not good. So they should have stuck to their guns and said, nope, we're leaving it open, and then let the government shut them down completely. But no, they're into this. They're just into the money, because this is just bullcrap. So I'm wondering about this Telegram, guys. I really am. I'm wondering about them. So, but France. Now they're coming up there. They know the convoy's coming this weekend. So what do? They bring the military in. They got their military in there now, and they tell all these Frenchies that you'll get 4,500 or 4,800 euro fine. You're going to looking at 2 years in jail, and you're looking at, after you get out of jail, 3 years of losing your license if you participate in this convoy. Guys, they're really, really running scared on this stuff. They're afraid of the people going against what they say. These guys are all a bunch of pussies that got to hide behind their jackbooted thugs. And then you look at what's happening in these other countries. I just watched one, didn't say what country it was, but the cop grabbed the guy, and the guy just shrugged his shoulders, and they just swarmed him and beat the crap out of him. I put it on the Telegram. Didn't say where it was at. It looked like it was New Zealand from the police uniforms. I'm not sure, but that's what it looked like. But guys, these jackboots are going to get worse. They're going to get worse. They're going to get worse. And these cops need to join the other side, because if not, you're just in on it with them. You're just an arm of this governments around the world that are just going nuts here. So, and then up in Ottawa, they just had this big thing. They were going to reverse the mandates and all that kind of crap. Okay, great. And then poof, they got to him somehow, because the next day He's stopping all of it. They're gonna make that's what he's saying. They're gonna make arrests. They're gonna open everything up. It's illegal to do this or that. So these guys are getting bought off. They're hitting them with the monetary fund or something, saying we're going to cut your loans or this or that. And these guys can't have these loans stopped because how are they going to steal your money? See, they take these loans, and that's how they're going to take all your money. So. But a lot of stuff is going crazy. They had the one school district, I believe it was in Illinois. Okay, no mask mandate or anything like that. But the kids who are not wearing the mask get locked in a classroom, and they're locked in, can't get out. So there's something against the fire code. You know what I mean? Come on, you can't do that. It's like what they do here. When I was in the call center, the first call center I was in, all the fire exit stairs were locked. You couldn't access them from either way. They locked them, and I complained and said, you can't do that. What if there's a fire? The elevators are going to stop, and now people can't get out. They're locked onto their floor, and they said, oh no, the security will go open it. If there's a big fire, security's going to run out the door. They're not going to go in with their key and unlock every single fire step. And even when I went to the fire department, they'll know you have to go over to this place, and you go over to, and guess what? None of them cared. Oh no, that's not ours. Well, this is your town. You're the fire trucks that are going to go over there and put it out, right? I think so. But you can't do that. You can't lock people in buildings. It's like putting chains on building doors. I see this all the time. You see in the States when I was there, they would chain doors. You can't chain a exit door. You can't do that. They did that. I remember years and years ago. They did it in New York City to this one restaurant, and a bunch of people, 89 people, burned to death because they had the doors going out the back way chained, and the fire started in the front on this foam ceiling they had. So a bunch of people got killed. You can't do that. And then people get stampeded. If you do that, they not just from the smoke inhalation, they get stampeded to death. But that's their new trick they're doing, and I don't know why. They say these mothers are going after the bonds of these superintendents at the schools and stuff to get their way. I just seen, they're saying up in Canada how they're going to come in with the children's services and take children off, and a bunch of these soccer moms are, who will swarm that city? You think the truckers? Yeah, you don't mess with a mama bear. I'm telling you, these guys are stirring the pot up there. The government is stirring the pot. I saw a big video, I believe I put it on Telegram, of these people, these Antifa guys, it said police right on there, looking like police uniforms. And they all had red hats on. And these guys were not cop. These were the scum. These were the scum Antifa guys you've seen all over with the skateboards and the hoodies. Same guys. It's the same groups. So, they want a fight to start so they can justify coming in and knocking heads and killing people and throwing them in jail. This is what they do, guys. This is what governments do throughout history. The peoples don't do that. They don't do that. They'll off with the heads of the leaders, and then they're done. Then they're satisfied and they're done. It's the governments that do this mass Jenny side. I got to say it like it's a lady's name. That's what they do. That's what governments do. And the schools don't want to teach you guys that. They do not want to teach you that. They taught some knucklehead here in the Philippines that it was America that killed 6 million people in the Philippines, not that it was over in Europe with that guy. And I just saw a thing on here. I was watching a History Channel thing about Hister, and they said his total death count was about 50 million. And it was like Stalin saying, "Hold my beer." And they don't teach them what these guys did. They don't show you. And even when people see pictures, that's all Photoshopped now. See, they can all say it was all Photoshopped. I remember when I was very young, and I had uncles that were over there, and my one uncle went into the war very late. He saw very little. He's dead now, but he saw very little combat. He basically was like a mop-up crews going into Germany. He said he never even fired his weapon one time, and the war wasn't quite over yet, but when it finally was just about done, and he was one of the guys that went into the camps, and he said you would not believe it. He said you just would not believe it with going into these camps, and they're trying to say it didn't happen. It wasn't real. No, it didn't. See, that they'll say it never happened so that they can do it again, guys. That's what's going to happen in Canada. You know, the nicest country on the planet here. You know, their government. They're so concerned about the money, and they're so concerned about getting rid of the people so they can have everything. They want it all. And another thing I saw that was. This happened to me, and and I just was looking at my filling out the thing for my dog's rabies, and they have a schedule. It used to be you gave a dog a 6-in-1 or a 12-in-1 shot and you're done. But here they want you. They're doing dogs just like people. They don't want to give it to you 12-in-1 anymore. They want to give one shot this week, one shot next week. And I was looking down through it, and guess what? They have a SARS-CoV-19 shot for your dog now. I mean, come on, guys. This is just really crazy. It's insane. But now they're finding out it's got the H and that letter V in it. They're finding this out. They had to get rid of, in the one country, 50 million of them in England. They're finding out this is in. And then the dude on the Star Trek phaser, he just dumped 400 million in stock. Now, isn't that nice that he had 400 million in stock in the first place? These companies are set to make another 100 billion, and half of it's on these things that they're doing right now. At least they say that. But this guy, he's dumping it. So what's up? Why did this guy just dump? He got out while the getting was good, maybe. These guys know what's going on. I mean, he's running the company, and he's got all this stock. So, I guess you can't insider trading on yourself. So, I don't know, but he dumped 400 million is what they're saying now, and they're finding out they deliberately put HV, in these things. So. Think about it. What are they trying to do? They're not going to drop the people immediately, like they did 80, 90 years ago. They're going to do it slowly over time, but the results will be the same. And and the numbers here. There's just too many places coming out with the numbers. Funeral directors, insurance people. Not only the insurance people seeing the numbers go up, but also the payouts. How much the payouts went up. And a lot of them, France just set a precedent on there where the insurance company took it all the way to their highest court and just set a precedence that no, if you get this thing, an experimental thing, we don't have to cover your insurance. And they won. The insurance company won, guys. Okay? And my insurance company that I had, it's a life insurance policy. It's like a paid up policy that I got through work. It's $500,000. And it's double indemnity if it's an accident. And they came right out and said, I asked them to send me a letter to the effect, okay? And they said yes, they would. They would send me a letter, and that could take months and months. But if I get the letter, I'll put it on the camera and I'll show you guys, or I'll put a link to it, okay? So that you can see. They said, no, you take this thing, and it's on the certificate that you passed because of this. You get nothing. Your spouse gets nothing. You're just done. So, think about what's going on, guys, and start reading between the lines on a lot of this stuff. And look at who's getting rich. It's always been follow the money. This Trudeau guy, he gave his buddy in the Liberal Party, which they're not allowed to do, what, 224 billion with a B to his buddy. They say they overpaid by 10,000 per ventilator and all this crap. Look at this stuff, and they overpaid on this. And he got kickbacks out the wazoo for that. The dude's making money already with the ventilators, and then with the 10,000 over the top of that, and who else is getting greased along the line? That's why these people all vote for, and they're all getting the big buddy club. And all these guys, these fellas, even the good ones, they get into politics and they say, okay, I'm going to be a good guy, and it seems so, but after they're in for so long, they can't help themselves. They just can't help themselves because that's just what they do. And they're all in this together. And I see these guys like Jordan, and you see this Rand Paul, and they're finding crap out about them guys too. And they keep droning on with all these hearings, and it's just a big show, guys, because where's the arrests? Where's the arrest? Yeah, it looks good on TV. Yeah, we're going to watch it. It's on Fox News. Yeah, Fox News, Schmox News. What a bunch of punks they are, too. And now they're number one because CNN and all these other ones are tanking. Big deal. It's the same guys own all these. It's just CNN light, guys. Get it through your heads. Turn them off. Turn them completely off. It just makes me sick to even hear this. And then, Tucker Carlson, yeah, they talk about it and nothing gets done. They're doing absolutely nothing. It was like me watching that thing. They had a group of cops. They took this guy. The one cop grabbed him, and he just pulled his arm away, and the cop just shoved his head back, took him to, and like 6 cops jumped on him, kicking him, punching him, doing all this kind of stuff. And there was a group of cops there of maybe 20, and there's 500 citizens standing there saying, "We don't do that." That should have been a bum rush right there. They should have bum rushed those guys right then and there. And then there were some of the cops standing around. This is what I say about these cops. They're standing around letting this happen. Are they good cops? Absolutely not. They're in on it. It's this thin blue line, and they're guys that don't think they're not a gang. They're a stinking gang, and I can't abide by them. And they're doing it all over the place. They're doing it in most of the countries right now. They say, these are test cases and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, they're seeing how far they can go and how far they can push people. And I think something's going to come to a head up in Canada, with that premier of that province in Ottawa, how he's we're not allowing this anymore. We're going to clear the roads and bridges and all this. Well, that's going to be a big mess. That's going to be a mess. Now they're doing the blockade just like you would do a shipping blockade, on the sea. And it's a pretty rough thing to get over. And if these guys, they got to stand their ground, and it's going to come. I think it's really going to come to fisticuffs. But it's very sad because they're doing it in places where they're not armed. Did you notice that, guys? Did you notice that? The place they're really pushing this bull crap is where they're not armed. It's like here. Yeah, most people aren't armed. They got a machete maybe. They will come and hack you to death, but all the cops are armed. The government people they can all be armed, but not regular people. It just doesn't happen here. Now I don't think there's so much of a ban on it. It's just people don't have money. The pay here is so ridiculously low. Some of these guys, their minimum wage is like $7 a day. Some of them that do a little bit better, they maybe make $12-13 a day. How are you going to buy a gun with that? At least a quality one. And but Canada and Australia, basically they've disarmed those people a long time ago, and they said, "Oh no, we're not disarmed. I still got my 22." Yeah, okay. Go fight a military battle with your little 22 long rifle, not 22 223. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's really going to work. So and look at how these cops are all, they're all just beefed up with their armor and all this kind of crap. It's time the people get that. And they're filling these. They got these gas cans up in Canada. Everybody's carrying a gas can now. They started taking the gas cans again. I watched video after video on the news feed about. And these are people just with phones. They can't say this is baloney. The guys, they just took my gas can. He said I had antifreeze in one so it wouldn't freeze. Because everybody's carrying a gas can now. Boy, I wish I'd known this was going on. I would have bought stock in the gas can company. Because they're making a fortune. Everybody and his brother's carrying a gas can, whether it be empty or not. But the cops are coming in and taking them. If it looks like they got fluid in them, they're taking them again. Who's the guy telling them to do this? Because most of them are just dolts. They get the lowest IQ dweebs that you can get. So somebody has to tell them what to do because they stand around like morons most of the time. Should I club him to death today? It depends on what the premier says. Somebody, and they got to filter it. They got to do like on what was that, The Godfather. Yeah, it buffers. Yeah, when he was in the Senate. Yeah, it's buffers, Senator. We got lots of buffers. And there's the government's a big gang, biggest gang in the world. And do like what they said in The Godfather when Michael was talking to his wife. Who was naive. Yeah, governments kill people. All the time. Now they're trying to spark this big thing off over in the Ukraine. That's just get out of there. How comes it seems when you get these Dems in power, they're always starting wars somewhere because they want the kickbacks. And then you looked at when Trump got in, he was getting us out of everything, but with the moves of strength. A lot of people are cutting him down and all this, and I wasn't happy about the bill he signed. But I'll tell you what, he was getting us out of all this crap. And what does Biden do? He pays them off to leave and gives them all this military equipment. It's going to probably be used against Israel. It's more than likely. But what's he going to do down in Ukraine? Bring a bunch of stuff and then give it to them too? Now they're not even like a democracy. That dude that's in power now, he just shut off all the news media, so there's no dissent. It's kind of like what they did here. There was big news channel here that got shut off for some tax baloney. Because they were going against some of the folks here, and that's what happened. That's what's going on in Ukraine. So they're not really like a democracy or anything. So why are they helping them when you got people in Australia that are being suppressed like you wouldn't believe? Why aren't we going over there and helping them? I mean, holy cow. And I could see them. I could see the police coming down and machine gunning people in the streets and just wiping out thousands upon thousands. And guess what? I don't think the U.S. government would do a damn thing, because what are they going to get out of it? It's all about money. Anytime they do these wars, guys, it's nothing but about money. You better get that through your head. So, but I don't know. It's just a royal mess. What's going on?
How can Shakes climb up there anymore?
Oh, did you fix it?
Yeah.
You fixed it so she can't climb up? That's a girl. Yeah, our dog goes right over this wall, guys. She jumps on the green tarp. So Dorothy took the tarp down, and so she can't jump no more. But we gotta keep her in now. There's so much, chicken bones and tin cans and all, and you see her running down the street with a tin can. Shouldn't let her out anyway, but that little green fence I put up didn't do a damn thing, and she whines to get out. Usually she was only whining if she had to pee or stuff. Now she's whining to get out, so we just put her on the leash, and if she doesn't whiz or poo when she's on the leash, in she goes, and I'll tie her tight to this thing and just let her whine for a half an hour. Because I'm not liking the baloney the dog's pulling right now. She's you can't blame her. When somebody throws chicken bones all over the ground, she's going to want to eat them. So we just got to keep her on the leash now. I wish that it would. They're saying they're going to get a group in here and clean this up this coming week. The upcoming week, they're supposed to get all this garbage cleared out. I hope so, but it's probably gonna take them a good while, because most of these bags, they got the garbage and construction debris, and they're rotted. You go to pick them up on them. I grabbed one the other. You go pick up on it, and it just goes. There's that plane again. You probably can't see it with this camera, but it's that little plane I was telling you about the other day. You see him flying over here a lot. The wing is up on top of the fuselage with the little struts coming out. I can see from here his wheels are down, so it's a fixed landing gear on it. I don't know what kind of plane that is, whether it's a Cessna or whatever brand, but man, did he take a big hit over here. He flies around here all the time. I guess he comes out of that military airport or something. But it's the same plane. It's even got that same sound. I was just talking to my wife here the other day about when the motorcycles come by the house, and she's like, oh, she's going to look out the window, and I was like, why are you looking? It's the fish guy. You can tell the different sounds in the motorbikes, and just like our superintendent here that drove by. His bike's got its own sound, and it's the planes too. They each one got their own. They got their own sound. You can tell them, but. He does a lot of flying around here. They actually had two of them. One day they had two of those same planes. They're identical planes with the wing over on the top, and they were like following each other and doing around. So I don't know. Maybe it could be a school. It could be a flight school, and they're giving the kids because they seem to follow the same flight path through here. So. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. It's we got a little bit of a breeze today. I hope this mic didn't catch too much wind on you. But if it, all right, you taking care of it, huh, sweetie? All right, what's up, bub? All right, so I'm going to let you guys go, and this is Rickshaw Out.